No, I'm not using information. First of all, I just want to bless this video in the name of Jesus. We'll see if that does anything. Because this is a time, I guess, where ears hear or faces are turned. It's it's funny how technology and advancements are making chips and even uh, smart tattoos. You know, we're getting closer and closer to the knowledge that your whole life will be put onto a chip. And as that becomes more and more of a fact, people say that this book written thousands of years ago is just being proven wrong, even though that's exactly what it says. The Bible talks about how people will have to wear the mark of the beast. And as that type of situation, it's funny, is like back in the 90s and stuff, the same atheists, would say, "Oh, dude, Bible's crazy. Like, who's gonna do that stuff? Who's gonna who's gonna take a chip and have that be able to do anything?" That we weren't saying chips back then, but the mark of the beast. So how could you possibly have a mark that would do anything? That's science fiction. And now, as it becomes more and more of a fact, people people still who cares that the Bible is becoming accurate, becoming true, becoming more and more evident. There's a strive for a one world government. The Bible predicted that too. It's just hilarious that demons or aliens, that's in the Bible too, that the world will be deceived. And it's just hilarious that, you know, when I deny a flood warning, I know the time I double down is when the water starts creaking through my front door and windows, right? That's the time you double down, you know. Like, I don't believe there's a flood until I see that water. And then when it starts coming through the doors and windows, I don't believe there's a flood till it moves my house or I drown, right? Just keep moving the goalposts. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. It's, it's just funny how truth always just floats to the surface.